first corner. Driver number 1 looking to the inside of 2. Second place, sets himself up for a pass going into this carousel. Is he going to be able to get his nose in there? Go.
We're live here from Darlington Speedway, a track that is too tough to tame, also known as the Lady in Black here for the NOMA Truck series here. The Throwback 1-6. We're going to pull up some race info for. There's also some other race info that I will go over a little bit right here. Let me pull this up. Just called in to do the broadcast pretty much kind of last second somewhat. I was also half asleep, so I woke up and luckily was good with that. So stage will be on lap 133, stage 2 on lap 70, 120 laps overall, 1 faster pair, 5 sets of tires, 3 green, white checkers. So hopefully it will be a pretty good race, as I do expect it to be a good race here today for you all. But real question is, now, who can tame this track? This track is probably one of my more favorite tracks in iRacing to run. Really just because you can really get up on that wall, and that's what I enjoy to do. And
hey, Bryce.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I can post that here. Hold on, I'm to do some. Sorry about that. I had to deal with some other stuff. They didn't have the link for it posted in there. I did not have Discord media either. So again, that was my fault here. I will pull up the starting grid, however, for the qualifying results that we have right now currently. So let me pull these up here for you all. So first is Matthew Fritz, second Xander Short, third TJ Allen, fourth Rodney Roberts, fifth Matthew Dyer, sixth Paul Witt, seventh Justin Parham, eighth William McKellar. Is that Ivy? That's something else. 9th, William George. 10th, John Lynch. 11th, Joey Hitchcock. 12th, Sam Boatwell. 13th, Robert Jordan. 14th, Kenneth Redinger. 15th, Vincent Guerrero. 16th, Jeff Carl. 7th, John Bell. 18th is Jay Stinson. 19th, DJ Mathish. 20th, Edward Smith. 21st, Brian Anderson. 22nd, Rondi Bonamy. 23rd, Scott Collins. 24th, Robert Morrison. 25th, Cody Neagles. 26th, Albert Hewins. 27th, Chris Akers. 28th, Robert Duvendak. 29th, Chris Kilgore. 30th, Josh Fogg here today. So hopefully it will be a pretty good race for y'all here. Waiting for everybody to grid currently, and then I will give them all a paint refresh. What I tend to do here for these guys. Still waiting for them to get all on the grid here, though, is the only problem here. One of the many joys of NASCAR. I'm actually kind of just looking around at some of this stuff, seeing what I can get for it. Just kind of going through some stuff here. That actually kind of looks surprisingly a little bit better there. We'll do this for this race and see how this goes for y'all. I think that actually looks a lot better than what it did before. But 120 laps here, so it's going to be a pretty good race, hopefully. This is my favorite track. Really riding up on that wall, getting all that you can. Really somewhat kind of pushing it more often, too, is what it seems to be. ...120 laps here. Stage break at lap 33 for these guys here. Pace truck is going to pull off And we are underway here from Darlington. Oh, we got him in the wall already, getting the Darlington stripe early in the race. The 48, he's going to try to take the lead. That's Fritz going on for the lead on Roberts. Robert did get into the wall just a little bit off the exit. Didn't hit it too hard. Everybody else, so far so good. Deciding to fall in single file behind each other. We got somebody else in the wall. It's going to be a common theme. Drivers getting all they can. Pushing the cushion is what I call it. Getting up on that wall. Now, one thing these guys do have to watch is off the exit of turn 2, there is a little bit of a transitional bump from the new pavement to old pavement. Guys will probably hit that and have that rear end of the car dance around a lot. They will have to make sure that they don't absolutely wipe out each other. That's one spot that the car really will not stay planted on the rear end. You guys will have to watch that for sure. So far throughout the area, to see right there, that 20, or that 98, sorry, of Jeff Carl. See how he kind of came off that corner sideways? That's that rear end trying to kick out on him. He's able to counter steer it, though, luckily for him. Keep it up under him. They're going to heat up those rear tires there for these guys, so it's got to be one thing they have to be careful about. You get those rear tires warm, it does not like to turn after that. That is for sure. Got somebody down on the apron. That is... Who is that down there? Somebody is way low. That is Joseph Fogg. He must have gotten loose somewhere and flipped it. Everyone else so far, though, looks like they're pretty decently spaced out with each other. .47. Damn. Boatwell is right in there. That's one thing too, right? How he got that low. You can get that low and get a good run, but you have to be very cautious of getting that low, because if you clip that kind of checker, ooh, there, never mind, he goes in the wall there. So he's not going to be going down there as he can't turn and pull it off. He almost gets clobbered from behind by the 24. Also going to give these guys a paint refresh. I meant to do that. So their paints will go white, and then they'll all load back in with maybe a different sponsor here soon. Track is a very rough one to run. It's just hard in general to do it. So if guys that can do it are really respected and looked at, they're like, you gotta be kidding me, this man can run this track like that. Got any other battles in the back of the pack here? Looks like we don't so far. I'll tell you what, that 99 of Robert Duvendak has a pretty nice Jeff Burton throwback paint scheme there. We'll give him that. Pretty cool looking. One thing under caution, when the stage break does happen, these guys are going to be getting that right side damage fixed. If you don't leave Darlington with some right side damage, you pretty much haven't been trying. Now, if you leave Darlington with this type of damage, you definitely been trying. That is for sure, because that is a pretty beat up Ford right there for Collins. Not what you want to see. It's kind of a big group here, the 43, 429, the 75, and the 12. Oh, and a little bit of a pack here with each other, trying to get something working. This is a track that is, I'd say, more of a rhythm track than anything else. Once these drivers they'll get in a rhythm, you'll see them really start to get used to lifting in one spot, letting it roll, doing things repetitively, and that's when these guys will really start to hop in a rhythm. Now, some people are better at it than others, but once that rhythm is messed up, that's when you see a lot of kind of trouble happen. Guys just start to have to fall back into a rhythm, and it's hard to get back into it once you lose it here. See, the sun has now come out, so these tracks can get even hotter for these guys because of that. Probably turn 3 is probably going to be super slick now because of that sun. Guys are wanting to be... Cars are probably going to... The trucks probably want to kick that rear end out and say hello. Once his rear tires heat up, it's pretty hard to get them cool after that too. So they'll have to deal with that in this race. As we have a caution on the track here, William George has crashed apparently. Let me go back and see what happened with him. Ooh, he just pinched somebody up in the wall, didn't he? Oh, no, it looks like I see right there, he hit that apron. That got him loose. The 19 actually was already going into the wall. So the 19 then bounced it off the wall. And then the 96 was trying to follow his line up. And then the 19 just had to be there. And he gets into that. Doesn't get, never mind, he got pretty bad damage. Actually, not surprisingly, not that bad of damage, but that brings out a caution either way for these guys. So before the stage break, these guys are going to have a caution. So let's see who comes down pit road, who doesn't come down pit road. I would go ahead and get most of my damage fixed if I had the possibility to do that. Don't think they can come in this time. No, they can. So we got Aram, Boatwell, and Carl coming down as these guys have some heavy damage as actually pit road is closed, so they'll probably get a penalty for entering. John Bell is also coming in pit road with these guys. But drivers just with damage, getting it fixed for him. Might as well early in the race. So these guys will probably, yeah, these guys are going to sit in here. That 19 is beat up. Who is that up there? That's not the 19. Who is this right here in pit lane? I like to see this number. Yeah, that is the 19. He's destroyed. Yeah, I clicked right over his name there. He has not had a good night. That truck is just beating in the front end. It's probably still running, just trying to save his fast repair. Because I don't think he's actually in his pits. No, he is in his pits. No, he's not. Must just be on the very edge. It looks like he's out of it there, but he's off and away. So he got a lot of his optional fix. Probably listened to the engine running pretty bad. Tried to beat the pace truck off, and he wasn't able to do it. As we'll have at least one more time around, though, under caution. So they'll have another stage break at lap 33. Make sure I'm correct on that, though. Yep, lap 33, stage 1. Some guys are going to be just keeping that fast repair in their pocket. They don't want to use it right now. Be a better option to just keep it with them. As looking at Austin's stream that he's doing right now, he has 35 viewers. And I'll go ahead and say this. No, this is not a lead that I normally stream. They asked me to do this, but Ghost Racing Network has taken off within really the past month. We gained over 100 subscribers in a month. And that is all thanks to you all. That is literally all thanks to you all. I can't make you all subscribe. You choose to subscribe to this channel, but it's just amazing watching how fast this channel has grown in less than a year. This channel is not even a year old, and we are at 514 subscribers. I mean, that is absolutely 514 subscribers, and that is just absolutely insane to me. I mean, it really is just absolutely insane in my mind that we have gotten to that point this young on the channel. And most of it was me, but really when we got Austin, I would go ahead and say, and if he is watching this, once we got Austin, this channel took off. It went from 200 to 300 to 400 to 500. And it went from like 250 to 514 in the span of 3 months. That is absolutely insane. I mean, that is ridiculous growth. But looks like Pace Truck is going to pull off this time by here. Fritz leading to the green. Allen on the outside of him. And green flag is back in the air here at Darlington. We got somebody spinning their tires already. One thing's going to be watched. Guys have old tires. They're already wore down. They can't get going like they need to. Almost wrecking each other there, but they keep it up under them. See who gets some contact coming off of 2. They expect guys to be rubbing up against each other just a little bit. The 85 we could have got into the wall there. Looks like everybody almost made it through. Some guys back here get into it. Not with each other, but they got to dance with a lady in black, and she didn't like it. She didn't want to dance with them. Looks like one thing, Fritz looks like he is pretty comfortable running his line. He really hasn't had to deal with anybody so far. But you see Dyer trying to go under Allen here to get this position. Won't be able to do it. Have to fall back in line with them. Got to be careful about cooking up that right side tire. If you cook it up, then it's going to be really, really warm. Oh, there he almost hits the wall there. I always get a little bit nervous when I see drivers up on that wall because I just think they're going to nip it every single time. I think they're just going to barely tap it, but they end up not doing it as we got somebody hard into it. I heard a bang against that wall. Somebody was riding the wall. They were fine, though. I could have swore I heard somebody absolutely just clobber it. Looking at some RAM that I have in my hand right now. 8 times 2. Was gonna replace it, waiting on the other 2 sticks. Also getting a RMA. I very well, if nobody buys that RAM, give it away to somebody. Do a little bit of a giveaway on the channel here. As we got somebody loose. Everybody so far seems to be pretty good coming off the corner. Well, I said that, now somebody's gonna wreck. Seems to be pretty good coming off the corner right now, is what I noticed from these guys a lot of the time. Never mind, there we go. Yep, the 98 down to the 45. As soon as those words come out of my mouth, we have a wreck. Rodney Roberts and Jeff Carl are in it. Everybody else evades. 2 drivers involved. Hard hit for the 98. The 49 is just going to, 45 is going to sit there, spin it around. He still has a front end somehow. These trucks must be built like tanks. We will go back and watch what happened. The 98. Let's see right here. So he just started plowing tight. The 45 had nowhere to go. The 98, at that point, he's headed for the wall. He's going to bang it off the wall right down into the 45. The 45 has, he cannot do anything, and he's going to go hard into this inside wall. Bounce right off of it. You see that hit nose in, bounce off. Doesn't hit the 98 again, luckily. The 98 got away with minimal damage before that wreck. And everybody else avoids some hard contact for the 45, that's for sure. So coming, they'll be about 10 laps away from their stage break. We'll have to see who comes down pit road. If they do pit, they might not pit, they may pit. We'll just have to see what these guys will do. I would be staying out trying to get stage points here if I were these guys. We just had somebody else spin. The 4, what? The 4 is around. What happened here? I could hear that. What was this? So, I think the 4 was trying to come down pit road, and the 19 was trying to get around these guys. And the 19 just pounded the 4 in the rear, and the 4 really doesn't have that much damage, though, from that incident. So I don't think it's going to be hurt too bad. That was odd, but okay. I guess. What? I'm about as confused as you all on that incident there. I really don't know what happened. Yeah, it looks like everybody somewhat stayed out. Now, the guys that have damage, they're going to come down and get a lot of their optional fixed. Yeah, so optional damage right here is what these guys are getting fixed on their car or on their truck currently. You got time, you got time. You can only get about 35, 34, 30, 40 seconds of damage fixed because this track is so small. It's not as big as the other tracks, that's for sure. They just don't have the opportunity to do that here. I need to make sure these logos are sized right. Yep, they are. Just thought they weren't for some reason. Again, Ghost Racing Network is sponsored by Team Watson Racing Setup. Use code WATSSPIN39 for 5% off your setups. They have a subscription package for the A, B, and C class here on iRacing. $24 a month, and you get every set. Their sets are updated throughout the week also, so there's always changes being made to it. The sets never stay the same. If y'all are interested in that, go check Team Watson Racing Setups out. Pace truck will pull off this time by, though they're currently coming out of turn 1 and 2, so they got a little bit of time. This caution will be thrown pretty shortly after, though, because of the stage break that these guys will be having. Pace truck pulls off, though. Fritz and TJ, top two guys here. Going to be a little bit of a short run to the stage caution here. Starter has the flag in hand, and we are back underway here at Darlington. Looks like the 9 already spun his tires a little bit. We got somebody in the wall spinning their tires, so that's going to stack them up back there, but the 48 is going to get the lead. Try to set sails. Somebody just nicked the wall, but they actually didn't even touch it. Looked like they did for mine, but didn't do it. That 9's in the pinch at 24 down. Almost put himself in the wall. Kenneth Riedinger and TJ Allen going at it. 24 will get that position with that scraped up right side, and we've got somebody around. This is 2 drivers involved, but they actually somewhat keep it straight. No caution will fly, but that is the 2 of Matthew Dyer, who will drop multiple positions because of that. Also have a pretty beat up right side of his truck. So some guys right now, they're probably pushing as hard as they can for the caution, or because of the caution that will happen at the stage break. They realize we can just kind of send this car in there and hope it sticks. I mean, if it doesn't stick and we burn up our tires, we're going to get them taken off either way. It's not like it matters to them. These guys back here. So looks like, I think these guys are probably, this is probably where the action is going to be. I very well think this 9 may catch this 24. What that 9 is doing, looking at his line, he's really letting it set, want to point towards the bottom. He's being able to put a lot of power down on the throttle. That in return, though, is also probably cooking that right front just a little bit more than what he would like it to. Yeah, what I actually do kind of like that a little bit better than everything else. Is that he got loose. It's a 13 of Stinson who shot down to the bottom of the track as he is running a Valvoline inspired paint scheme that is a throwback, but it has Manny-Rays logo on it. That is a very creative one. But you see, it looks like these guys are settled, air quotes, settled down, not. Never settled down in this race. These guys just go at it all the time. They're going to be coming up on the stage break here very shortly, though. The 429 here currently battling with the 31. 31 trying to stay in that high line with the Dale Earnhardt throwback paint scheme here. Darlington in real life, too, is a track that a lot of teams do a throwback paint scheme to. Do not know why, but that's what it is. Pretty cool to see him. Always a question of as we got these guys making contact as soon as I look at them. And the 31 just went flying, collects two more drivers. The 429 does a 31, the 96, and the 75 all get involved in that wreck. So as soon as I'm looking at those drivers, we had the 31 who just went into orbit. That was not good, but yeah, that was pretty bad. As we got, that's a expired engine for him. We'll go back and watch what happened. That is not the driver that I need. The 429, see what happened them getting into turn 1 and 2. So 420, the 31 gets into the wall and he comes down into the 429. And then that sets it off from there. The 12 got a good view of that. I see a face first view. He's able to avoid it. The 3 gets stuck in the wall and there he goes. The 19's doing some Tokyo drift, can't control his truck, and he's going to pound this 429 and right in the almost head on with the truck. 75 innocent bystander. The 96, he's also trying to avoid it, can't do it in time though, and he just has to lock it down. The 85 shoots the gap and makes it through. But that will probably be the stage break for these guys here, if I had to guess. Possibly. We will just have to see. It's kind of messing around with more text. That looks very nice. I will say, do you all prefer how this looks more than anything else? Because I kind of prefer that, if I'm being honest with you. I can add some other stuff to it, but I do like that. So this is probably the stage break. As Nancy, I will ask. I'll probably try to find it here, but everybody's going to come down pit road to get some 4 tires fuel damage fixed. Pull that right front fender out from the tire. You don't want that rubbing. It doesn't go well because it will pop on you, and then you can't turn. What my mouth is like dry and it's weird. We had 3 drivers stay out though. Lynch, the 12, and Smith came down on lap 32. These guys are coming down pit road and getting their damage. So these guys will actually be in the lead. They must have went down pit road relatively quickly then, because I did not get a notification that they came down pit road there. Just have to see. Magically has a new truck. Use that fast repair. He probably had to. With how much damage he had, I mean, that car was just destroyed. I mean, it was literally just destroyed. But I would do driver interviews, or this track is so small. I'm not going to. I like to do it on bigger racetracks, but this is a shorter track, so I don't do that. I don't want to mess up any driver and how they have to do it. I don't want to have to throw them back in their booth when they get back racing here, but I will kind of mess around a little bit here looking at some driver details. So you give me Did not mean to do that there. Just going to kind of try to look at some of this stuff. So you'll see a lot of it refreshing at the bottom because of that. As looks like that's what it is there. So we will hide that. So shake up at the front now. John Lynch, Xander Short, Edward Smith, and Justin Parham up front for these guys. We'll have to see how long it takes some of them to sort through all this traffic. We will see if the 48 can sort through it. Maybe he can't sort through this traffic like these other guys can. That's very possible. Some drivers like riding out front once they get stuck in a pack. They kind of forget how to drive. 90 of John Lynch will lead him to green here, though. As green flag is in the air, we are back underway here from Darlington. The 90, he's continuing to lead the 19, who was involved in a wreck earlier. He's trying to chase down the 90 of Justin Lynch, or sorry, John Lynch, not Justin Lynch. John Lynch, he very well might get him as we have Jay slide down in front of the 99 of Duvendak. I thought that was going to end up bad for him. The 48, he's making his way through. So is the 13. Picking his way through early on in this race. They have another caution at stage 70, though, but almost contact between the two, clean each other out. Guys, keep it straight, though, as we have somebody send a little bit of a slide job on him. One thing I'm kind of guilty of in iRacing is if you want to race me like that, that's not 98 almost put himself on while those guys yank it down off of it, though. It's like we almost have somebody around, but we don't. His tires screeching here as we do have somebody around. That's Fogg. He's off of turn 3 and 4. Go back and see what happened with him. As it just stepped out from under him. That was a good job not getting into him. As he pounds that inside wall. Bounces off of it, but keeps going. So that engine's probably not too healthy here. It is not. It is stumbling on him. That is going to blow up. That ain't gonna last much longer, bud. You might want to figure out how to fix that real soon. Oh, that 9 stepped out on him. That was TJ. Good save from him. That rear end decided to kick out. He luckily didn't wipe himself out there, but that was sideways for him. No doubt about that. That truck should have been gone. It'll be hard to cool it down, though, because of that. Everybody else pretty much so far spaced out. Let's see where his 48 is. Matthew Fritz. He's running some of the faster laps of the race. Parham, he's running faster right now overall, though. So he might be the guy to chase as we have somebody else around. Says Robert Jordan. Where is this at? It just now updated me that he wrecked, but he evidently had done it earlier. So that was lap 38 and just now sent me a notification for that. As there's the caution, so I guess he did wreck here. Go back and see what happened. A damaged truck. Oh, actually didn't touch him. He just, barely clips him, and he sends him down to the inside wall after that. He luckily gets back rolling, though. That'll bring out the 4th caution here tonight. do want to see. Don't think anybody's going to come down pit road. The only guys that you will see down pit road are guys that have damage and are currently getting that fixed. They really want to do that. While these guys are doing that, we will go to a commercial break here.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
As we are back here at Darlington, caution lights are off on the pace truck here. They will be going green next time because of that, so these guys will get the green flag and then race to lap 70 for the stage break that they all have planned in the race here today. So this hopefully will be good for you all. 4 cautions so far. Not collecting a lot of drivers yet. A code word yet. Probably will wipe out everybody else soon. Give them some time. They can clean each other out later. Right now is not the time for it though. Getting ready to pull into pit road. Pace truck is in. As they're going to get the green flag here anytime soon. And we are back racing here at Darlington. As luckily keeping it up under themselves right now currently. Probably will change here in the coming laps as these tires get a little bit worn, a little bit heated up. You slide that rear once, you are in for a rough night. Some guys already sliding as that 4 hangs it out. That's Chris Akers. It's like William George. He's called it a race. He has some pretty heavy damage right now, though, on his truck. So I can see why, as we have another caution on the track. That is Jay Stinson and Chris Akers again involved in a wreck here, as we had literally just looked at those drivers. We'll go back and look at what happened. So Jay probably got in the wall of 4, if I'm guessing here, had nowhere to go because of that. And Jay, he pulls it off the wall, and the 4 is an innocent bystander there. Clips the 4, and then it is on from that point. See if the 75 got, he got some heavy damage too. Also, he actually net coated through those guys. They both spin it down to the inside, as looks like Jay's truck, his night is probably over, because that truck is broken and the steering's to the right. It's about to blow up on him. That is not good for him at all. The truck is probably done. But that's just what happens at tracks like this. They break. Everybody gets into a wreck, and you can't do anything else after that. Y'all just pile in right after them. Nothing can be done. Some guys came down to William, Cody. Cody didn't get that much damage. Robert, Vincent, Akers is, of course, coming down. Vincent's race probably over. Don't see him staying there anymore. It's kind of broken. Car engine go boom boom. Not good. One bit. Yeah, nobody else is coming. Morrison came down pit road. That is a smash in right front. That's not good either. But you see the weather here at Darlington being weird. Sun was out. Now it's hidden on the track. So it's going to pick up some grip. Cars are going to bite a little bit better on the track now because of that. This is some very sweet water mixture, whatever this is. Tell y'all what, being a college student and sleeping half the time was amazing. Because I was actually asleep before Hitchcock reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you broadcast tonight?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." Luckily, I woke up. I don't know how I woke up after he texted me. That was a lucky thing for me. Lights are still on the pace truck, though, so they've got at least one more time around. You know, might as say, what am I saying? Might as well say, how's y'all's day been? I've been at work from 7 to 4, slept from 5 to, probably about 6 to 8, actually about 9. I got more sleep, running about 4 hours of sleep. I have to work tomorrow, 9 to 1, luckily. Then I get to watch the race there at Fontana in the next gens. So luckily for that. I do want to test something here very quickly, though. So it will be an ad break, but it's actually not on there. And we'll have to wait to add it, though. So we will just decide to say, we're good. I'm probably actually going to buy a transition now that I think about that. Okay, spend more money on the channel. Go me. Not the smartest thing to do, but who cares? Lights are off on the pace truck, though. They're going to have another caution at lap 70 at least. Probably going to have some more before that. This track is pretty difficult to drive. So It's not that these guys can't drive it. It's hard. This track is hard. You mess up in one spot, it just throws off everything for you. Race truck going to pull off here, though. 1912, 290 and 48. Still working his way up through the pack here, trying to get back in the race. Or not back in the race, back to the lead where he was early on. Race truck pulls off. As green flag is back in the air here at Darlington. Drivers don't spin their tires that bad as I say that. The 12 looks like he's about to walking like a drunk man coming out of a bar. Gets the car up under him, though. As we got a wreck already. 4 drivers involved, almost 5 involved in that. And these guys able to slow it down. The 33 using the wall to slow down. That was somebody going into turn 1 there who got a little bit too deep in there. Yep, right there. Different braking points for these drivers will rewind it and slow it down. This is just a matter of different braking points right here. The 24 wants to get in there deeper. The 85 doesn't want to get in there deeper. The 24 just nicks that 85. He sends them up the track into the path of the 47. The poor 55 had nowhere to go. 47 hits the 85, corrects himself. Was that a net code right there? That's 66. If that might have been a horrible net code on his end, because I don't think anybody touched that 66. I'm going to go back and watch this, though. I really don't think that 66 was touched at all. That was Randy. Let's go from a chase, because his car acted like he got touched. So he's up that top line. Has this avoided pretty much, as I think he's just trying to lock it down. The rear tires just kick out on him. So I thought he got net coded there. That was about to be really bad net code. But he actually was just trying to slow down. That brings out the 6th caution of the race here for these guys. Y'all, what, I have overclocked my CPU to the point to where it is like I'm pushing power out of this thing. Probably more power than what I should, but it's not thermal throttling, so who cares? Keep overclocking it is what I've done. Again, if y'all are new to Ghost Racing Network, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that'll help us grow. Currently sitting at 514 subscribers right now. Anything y'all can do will help us tremendously, and it is all thanks to you all that this channel has grown like it has. Russ looks like he was the only taker. He did get involved in that wreck just a little bit, as I am trying to itch a weird spot in my back, and I can't get my hand back there. Looks like it's a caution. It's averaging out to be a caution about every 10 laps for these guys so far. That's just a byproduct of this racing here. While we are under caution again, we will run an ad that Noah Owens has for a pretty good cause here.
Some heroes walk on 4 legs. I'm Jason Johnson, founder of Project K9 Hero. Not every retired police K9 or military working dog has a home to go to in retirement. We strive to ensure no hero is left behind. We cover the medical needs of our program members after their faithful service. Our organization also provides a lifetime sanctuary for many of these heroes who may suffer from PTSD. And whenever possible, we find them a forever home. Visit ProjectK9Hero.org. Learn how you can help protect those who protected us.
We are back here. That was an ad that Noah Owens sent me. He runs in the Ghost Cup series right now. Also a painter, makes some pretty good paint schemes also. Lights are going to go off on the pace truck here. Field is kind of staying the same. They can't really pass each other under caution, though, so that's why it's happening. Randy, he is in pit road. He did take a pretty hard hit. He's going to be taking 4 tires and fuel, though. As these guys will be getting the green, that might be a bad decision from him. He might want to get out of there as fast as he can. Safely, though. Well, there's no safety on this racetrack. You're going over 100 miles an hour. Who cares? Pace truck's going to pull off here. As the green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here at Darlington. Looks like the 12 and the 19 are going to go at it. That's Justin and Xander. Xander's trying to take the position from Justin. See what he can do. He's probably got to set up Justin for a pass, try to get to that outside of him. Can't really do it on the low line because you're already so pinched off as the rear end's going to kick out on Xander. He's going to save it, though. He will only lose 1 position, actually 2 here. Good save from him. However, this 48 probably going to be flying back up to his packer. He is up on that wall, actually nicks it just a little bit. That rear end danced some as he just tipped the wall. I do expect the lights to come on here at Darlington pretty quickly, though, as we have another caution out here, as it's Vincent, Robert, and Randy all involved. Randy just came down pit road, too. He immediately tows. Go back and see what happened here. What happened? Somebody... Oh, that is a checkup. That's the second time we've saw the 85 involved in a wreck. Not of his doing, though. Let me go to the 85. I'm probably looking right over his number. Might actually be the 89. Yeah, it's the 89, but it's the 85 on the truck. So he is slowing down way before the corner. So I don't think that 66 expected that. I don't know if I can put that on the 66 at all. 66 actually almost flips on his side because of that hard contact. The 43 has nowhere to go because of that. He just piles in on top of him. And looks like everybody else. It was really a 3-car pileup that 66 immediately towed. Having a rough night so far. We see some guys come down pit road that have damage. Getting it fixed right now on their truck. Got time, might as well do it. But while these guys are under caution here, I will take this opportunity to grab my charger. My phone's about to die, trying to monitor the stream from that. They will be getting another caution here at lap 70, though. That is a planned stage break for these guys. So everybody is expecting that already. As what is this? It's not, I think it's just these guys are so, this track too is hard to run side by side. I mean, you look at A opens, and I ran a lot of, probably like 6 A opens here. Guys don't want to go side by side in the corner because it's such a nerve-wracking feeling And these trucks, it's probably a little bit easier because it's low horsepower, high downforce package. Actually, it might be the opposite for these guys here. I'm not sure. I think it's actually high horsepower, low downforce package for them. But running side by side is not something people want to do with this track here. So being a little bit more cautious. And I don't blame them. It's always an iffy thing at certain tracks. If you have the guts to do it, I do it at Darlington because I know they're not going to go side by side. Now, when they do, I'm like, okay, let's start racing here. But I think that some guys, they just don't like it, and that's not a bad thing because it's hard to do it here. Other tracks you can go side by side, and it's not a problem. But here it is, so it's pretty difficult to do this. Pace truck's going to pull off here, though. So we'll get the green again. Lap 65. Going to have a caution at lap 70, though, for the stage break here, then until lap 120, unless there's another planned caution. Pace truck pulls off here. Starter has the flag in hand. And we are back underway here at Darlington. Oh, we got somebody almost around. Oh my gosh, we got these guys wrecking here. That's the 9 of TJ. How does he not have more damage than what he has? The 4 doesn't have a lot of damage either. That was a save from TJ there. I will give him that. That truck is almost completely fine. Oh, never mind. I actually take that back. I mean, he's got damage on that left side, but it could have been so much worse than that. I saw that. He actually got some contact from the 99 here. But he's trying to pinch off the corner. He's sideways there, saves it, net codes down into the 24, then he comes down into the 25. That is an odd net code from him. I'll tell you what, that was a save, but also a very weird save at the same time. Because he was headed for the wall, the net code actually saved him there. This will probably be the stage break for these guys. That's why you're seeing them all come down pit road. Yes. Oh. Where did the pit stalls go? Oh, no. That is odd. It looks like it's trying to load all the pit stalls that aren't being used. I have never saw it happen before. That is weird. I don't think I've ever saw it do that. That is a... What in the world is it loading? That is awkward. I don't know why it's... That's weird. You see this? What I'm talking about those squares that are being sources of light. I guess it's supposed to be trackside stuff. That's weird, but okay. I do have those turned off, because you don't really need them. There's no point in them. Yes, but that 9, that is a pretty good looking truck. He's actually going to get some damage fixed. See how bad it is. It's the left front. It's somewhat fine, somewhat not. That's a throwback to Dale Earnhardt and Casey Kane. It was Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s sponsor, but that's really a Casey Kane paint scheme from him. So maybe actually this will probably be the stage break. Yeah, it's a stage break here. But the 43, he pitted on lap 62 because he was involved in that incident. So he'll actually be the leader now. So a little bit of a lead change again here for these guys. Seems like it's lead change after lead change for him. So they'll get it with lap 70. So this will be I can't speak today. My lips are so like dry. This will be a race to the finish. If there's not more cautions. Don't know how many tires some people have used though. That's the better question. Actually, okay, so it does show me how many times they pitted. So we've got most of the times have been about 2. We got some 6s that are fixing damage. Got some 7s. They're just fixing those pits were damaged. So these guys do have tire sets left. It's just a matter of when do you want to use them. You can use them sparingly. You don't want to burn them off, but it's always a game of how far do you want to go on this set of tires and save them. Now, if you have one set left, well, good luck, because you've already put yourself in a hard position. Pace truck's going to pull off here, though. Lights are off on it. Means they're going to get the green flag this time by. It'll be Robert Morrison and Justin Parham leading them to green here. Carter has the flag in hand. And we are back underway here at Darlington. 99 shoots down to the bottom immediately. Looks like somebody didn't get going. 19, he will take the lead from the 43. Do it pretty quickly to that 43. He's very slow on the bottom, probably trying to let these guys by. He's realized I do not want to be in this position. We got somebody loose in 99. Oh, he was headed for that inside wall. Robert Duvendak saves it, though. Okay, but that car was headed for the junkyard right there. Kind of going side by side. Looks like the 5 thought about it. I did want to see how fast this 99 can get back up here because he was doing pretty well so far. Also looking at Fritz. Fritz was leading the race early on, and he ended up getting shuffled back in this group because of stage breaks, other good stuff that happened to him. A little bit curious to see how long it will take him to get back up here. Back up here with him. Somebody just sending it 3 wide there. That was Dyer. Went 3 wide on him down the backstretch. Luckily he made that stick. If that wouldn't have stuck, that would have been bad if we got that 24 step out. Not what you want to see. That's not a good feeling sometimes. Now, if you're a dirt racer, it's a pretty good feeling. If you're a oval racer, that's not a good feeling. You do not want to see that truck go sideways. Looks like Fritz, he's not coming up here as fast as these guys. He's running pretty mid-tier laps. You know, Parham's setting sail right now. He's running 29.64. See the times on the left side there next to the driver's name. That was their last lap time. I'm going to go on board with Justin here to see how he's driving this track, though, because it will be pretty interesting to see different people's driving styles. See some drivers running different lines here. Most guys are pretty similar, trying to get up on that wall. You don't want to really be running low. Running low just doesn't work at a track like this. These guys have now gotten spaced out, so they're probably trying to keep it green to the end of the race, it seems for them. Now, that being said, they're probably going to wreck within about the next lap, now that those words just came out of my mouth. Would not be surprised if that did happen, though. Broadcaster's curse is a real thing, you all. Very, very real thing. Nancy, I just now read your comment. I don't care to tell you where I go. I go to Emory Henry College. My major is media and communications. My minor is history. Might switch that over to religion, but I'm a media and communications major currently right now. As Lynch is now coming up to Justin, as Justin might have burned off those tires here. So John Lynch, he'll take the lead. As I was looking in the back of the pack, he catches him now. He goes right on by the 19. 19's trying to hang tough. He's trying to get to the quarter panel. He can't do it, though. So John Lynch, he will go to the lead now. Dyer, he's also catching these guys. I believe they can go to the end of the race on this tank of fuel, possibly. If anything, they might split it at lap 100. I have to see. This 19 must have gotten out of rhythm somewhere, and started to just mess up. It's a very rhythm track. If you get out of rhythm once, it's so difficult to get back into it. It's almost impossible, it seems, for some guys. These top three are kind of under a blanket right now. Reinger, he exists. He's there. of a look from John Lynch's gearbox here, low on the track. Yep, that 19, he's loose. You can see, I saw a kick out there. He is very loose. Dyer is going to try to go under him and get that position. Going to fight for it just a little bit on that top line, but Dyer, he'll pull a little bit of a slide job on that 19. Going to try to pull a crossover. It will work, or they're going to be side by side going into 1 and 2. Now, this is a question of who wants to go side by side. I do. He'll send it on in there. The 8 will. Or sorry, the 2 will. Why did I say 8? The 2 will just send it on in there. You want to see on the long run how these tires work out. I think they're going to have at least one more pit stop, though. I don't think they can go to the end. Looking at this new Ram that I got, tell y'all what, this Ram is very nice. Very good looking Ram. That one's weird, but whatever. Got some G-Skill Trident Z Neo Ram waiting for the other 2 sticks to come in. Don't have them quite just yet. But now they're going to be catching lap traffic here, so John Lynch will have to kind of shuffle through all this. These guys will pretty much give way to him as Cody has crashed. He immediately jumps to pit, so go back and watch what happened with him. It said that he wrecked, probably spun it coming off the 2. What happened here? He actually pulls off the track, so it says he crashed, but he didn't. He must have had something else going on. He immediately toes to not bring out a caution. He was off the racing surface also. That did help him a lot as we got the 48 into the wall now. Hey, what, that 55, I think it's a paint scheme to something. I can't remember what it's to, though. But we do see a lot of throwback paint schemes. But I kind of want to see Lynch and Dyer here. I think Dyer can catch Lynch. He's actually a lot faster than Lynch, but Lynch also is leading, so he can start to lay off just a little bit, not a lot, though. See, how do these guys want to race? We got the 12 going under the 48 for position. As somebody else got in the wall up there, that was the 19. 19 has kind of taken a fall from grace right now. He's really, really struggling getting off the corner, it seems, for him. That's just what happens late in these races sometimes. You just, the truck or the vehicle you're driving just won't act the same as, oh no, the 90 just got in the wall off of turn 2. So Lynch will lose the lead to Dyer. I do want to see what happened to Lynch as we were looking back there. Probably just started plowing off that corner and just did not want to turn. He's high on exit, got back in the throttle too early, and he pounds that right side of the truck. So Matthew taking it slow and steady. These guys are almost the exact same IR, 1896, 1899. Lynch, the second IR there. So these guys are pretty similar in rated skill level, probably different in skill level overall. I don't really think IR is a true skill thing. iRacing tries to make it. It doesn't work like that. Lynch, he just made a mistake, and that's just, it's a rhythm. He probably got out of rhythm somewhere in the track, and after that, the car was, it was kind of toast from that point on. It just didn't want to do what he needed it to do. But again, y'all are new to Ghost Racing Network. If you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that'll help us grow tremendously. This channel has pretty much became what it has become because of you all deciding to subscribe to it. I cannot make you subscribe. So it's all thanks to you all doing that. as Lynch, he's coming down pit road. So this very well may be a planned pit stop here. Does he have his fast repair in his pocket, though? Yeah, this is planned. Xander's coming down. Hitchcock is coming down. So is Akers. So these guys can't make it to the end. But the question is, does this 90 have his fast repair left? If he does, he's going to pop it here and use it. What is he going to do? Does it pop? He doesn't have a fast repair, so this is going to get difficult for him. How much damage did he actually sustain from hitting that wall? As Duvendak is in, he saved it coming off that corner early on this restart. Luckily, didn't clean anybody else out below him. Yeah, well, I actually do kind of like those different numbers there. That's a lot better. Style. I gotta remember that. Style and driver style. Albert Hewins, he's gonna come down pit road. So how long does Dyer stay out here? Reedinger, he's probably gonna stay out pretty long also. These guys are both lap 67. Just who wants to keep pushing it is a better question for him. Alright, so Matthew comes in. Actually, as soon as I was talking about him coming in, see how far he's going to push it. He doesn't push it anymore. He's going to pit with 22 laps left in the race. 24 is probably going to fall right behind him. That'd be the smart thing to do, but drivers want to try some things every now and then. Not a bad thing to do. See what can happen. Might as well find out. Now, if the caution were to come out, that throws a wrench in everybody's plan. Literally everybody's plan. I know the 24 would like to see it. The 48's down pit road, so is the 19. Both down pit road. That 48 has more damage than what I last saw him with. As I think the 14 probably missed pit road right there. That was Vincent Guerrero. Probably trying to come down. As I don't know why I'm slurring my words so bad. Again, I am very sorry for not being able to speak English today. I don't know what it is with me in English right now. Apparently it just doesn't want to work at all. Has that logo been rotated? Yeah, he missed pit road. That's why he's down there like that. Yeah, I had a feeling he missed it. This 24 is gambling, though. He's staying out. PJ, he's making his way back up here. He looks like he actually got most of his damage fixed, surprisingly, on that truck. I don't know how he did that. Oh, my. Robert Jordan has crashed. This is what the 24 needed. Guys racing here. What happened? He just got in the wall, and the 429 had nowhere to go. He spins up into the outside wall. He locks it down, rolls down the track after that, gets out of the way of the guys coming. He loops it around. Caution already came out. This is what this 24 was banking on. He was banking on a caution to happen, and it did. Oh my, he just trapped almost the whole field a lap down. So he's probably going to come out with the lead here, because these guys are going to get a wave around. And everybody else behind him is so far back right now. He's not going to get past on pit road probably. That is not what some of these guys wanted to see. At all. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What do you do here now? Well, there's no question on what you do here now, but cautions. Cautions. Come out at the worst time for some people, it seems. As yet, the 24, he's going to keep the lead. The 9 has now worked his way back up here. And I think he just used his fast repair. He just used his fast repair. So brand new truck for the top 2 drivers in the race. This is a shakeup now. This is maybe the 24's race to lose. Y'all will hear a little bit of a spraying noise here. I've got a smudge somewhere. Don't wear glasses all the time. I just wear them to commentate and look at TVs or TV screens. Look at computer screens. Actually got 20/25 vision, surprisingly. Just nearsighted like everyone else in the world. Issue that everyone else has. I used to have horrible eyesight when I was a little child. Or when I was not a little child. When I was younger. I'm still not even that old. I'm only 19. Yes, I am 19 years old. I might sound a little bit older, but I'm 19. So these guys are getting the wave around that you see in front of the 24 because he did trap them a lap down because of that move that he made. He didn't pit. He waited. I don't know how he extended his fuel that long. I'm surprised that he was doing that. He kept pushing it. He kept pushing it ever so slightly, and it worked out for him too. So I mean, you can't really blame him for that either. Put these on back now. Oh, the arm just fell off of him. I do need to get these fixed. We'll say that much. Nancy, I will go ahead and say it's always cool to see a lot of the older people, like grandparents watching their grandchildren play video games. It's just always cool. My grandmas wouldn't know how to operate technology. One of them doesn't have internet, so they can't watch this. But it would always be cool to see that. Sadly, I don't have either grandpas. They both died when I was about 1 year old. It's always cool to see older people watching streams like this on YouTube. I don't know what it is. It's just pretty cool to see. See, lights are off in the pace truck. These guys will be catching the field. Everybody that's like 40 seconds back. They should catch them before they get the green flag, though. They actually may not. It's going to be close. We'll hide the logos there. They're going to catch them. But, I mean, it's going to be extremely close because of this. Because this is literally almost the whole field got a wave around. Oh, they might. They're not going to catch him. And they will, but they're going to have to slow way down. This actually might cause a wreck. This is going to end up bad for a lot of these guys. They catch him, though. Nope, so lights are still on the pace car or pace truck. So they probably added one more lap to it. They realized we can't go green quite just yet. Not everybody else is caught up with the field, so they do that. Instead, that may have been a call from race control also. Yeah, Nancy, I've always sounded older than what I do. When I was 16, I had the same voice. This voice has always been the same. I've had some people think that I was like in my mid-20s. Some people thought that I looked like I'm in my early 20s, like 24, 25. They get surprised when I say, yeah, I'm only 19 online, because apparently I have a voice that sounds older. People say I have a really good voice too. I don't know how, but they just do. Yeah, but I'm that young. I'm not very old at all. 19 years old, and in college I'm a sophomore. So yeah, I'm a young kid, young adult, young kid. Pretty much the same thing to me. But yeah, I am very young. I sound a lot older though. That is something that's always been common with me. Pace truck pulls off here. These guys single file because they got the wave around. That's why you see a big old line on that bottom of the track. 24, this might be his race to lose here. As we are back underway here at Darlington. 15 laps left here for the throwback race here. The 9 hops down to the bottom immediately. Won't have to worry about a challenge from the 429 here. He's got to set his sights on Riedinger as, oh my gosh, Riedinger is going to spin it off of turn 2. That will give the lead to TJ now. See if that brings out a caution. It will not, as he is out of the racing surface. The 24, he has to feel horrible as he immediately tows. That will give the lead to the 9. How fast can these guys that pit sort through this field? This may be the 9's race to lose if a caution does not come out. Kenneth, he's going to be so mad at himself for that. Oh my gosh. He had the race in his hands and it just slipped from him. He's got to be mad with himself. He's got, the only person he really has to worry about is that number 2 of Matthew Dyer, because these guys behind him won't catch him, and they're going to be slowed down also. These guys are racing for position. That 43 is limping at home right now. He's very slow, very, very slow on that bottom line. But TJ, he's come back from so far to lead the race, and I don't think Matthew can catch him. As Nancy, that's not a bad thing that they don't chat, but you know what they should do? Hit that subscribe button to keep up with Ghost Racing Network. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Austin. Austin sounds a little bit different than me. You can tell when it's Austin because he has a headset microphone. I have a $400 Shure microphone that is very clear, very clear. That's why my voice sounds close to what I sound like in real life. But I think this is the 9's, unless a caution. This 9 has the win. I mean, he has the win in his grasp. He's just hoping that nobody wrecks. He would rather everybody just give him about 3 car lengths and stay away from each other, as that 24. Kenneth has to feel horrible. I mean, he has to feel absolutely horrible right now. That feeling in his stomach probably is just ridiculous. Always just a mistake when you think you have the race. It's a 43. Said he wrecked, he entered pit road, so he probably spun getting on. Yeah, this is the 9's race. I mean, nobody's going to catch him. Now, this is not what he wants to see as a 45 goes in the wall from the 47. He does not want to see that right there happen. Every time he sees that, he's probably going to be like, you have to be kidding me. Just don't wreck each other, please. Please don't wreck each other is what he's saying to himself. TJ, he's probably going to steal one here. Now that the words come out of my mouth, they're going to wreck. 6th and 7th place. This is where he's not going to like seeing this right here. This is not what he wants to see. If he goes back and watches it, he will not like this view one bit because he sees these guys racing, and if these guys get into each other, caution comes out. This is going to bring everybody else close to him. More or less. Sad that we almost have a wreck there. The 99 saves it. Duvendak able to drive it off the corner after he got hit. He's going to come up into the path of the 48. Almost clipped the 48. These guys are getting hectic now. They're picking their way through traffic now as a 90. Passes about 4 drivers from that incident. John Lynch making his way back up here as he spun earlier in the race too. Actually got into the wall earlier in the race as he was leading. Only thing TJ needs to do right now is take it pretty easy because he's got a 4-second lead over Dyer. And Dyer's not going to catch him. I mean, that's a fact. Dyer will not catch him before this race ends. It'll be too little too late for him unless the caution comes. Unless. Keyword is unless. Caution comes out, clumps them all back together. It's been a topsy-turvy race. A lot of cautions. A lot of drivers just barely nicking each other. And I mean barely. It's just barely. It doesn't take much to get guys around at tracks like this, that's for sure. Yeah, looking at the temps now, it looks like it wants to utilize it a lot more. That's good. It actually wants to use my GPU. Thank you. BIOS update. I probably needed to do that all along. Yeah, but TJ, he's just stretching out his lead. He doesn't really have to worry about anything else from this point on. There'll be 2 laps to go here. He's hoping this, once he sees that white flag, he just wants to see it. As long as he sees it come out, he doesn't care what happens after that. As long as he, well, he does care. He doesn't want to wreck. But he just wants to see this white flag come out. He really wants to see the checker this time by. But he's got to go around at least one more time, as he's definitely taking it easy now. He's just going to let this car in front of him just ride. He's got a 4-second lead on Matthew Dyer. But white flag is in the air for TJ Allen here at Darlington. One more time around. Fought through a lot of stuff early in the race. Was involved in a wreck. Saved his fast repair for the end. Stayed out and waited to pit. The 24 threw away the race. He had the race win in his hand. TJ, he will go into turn 3 here at Darlington. He will come off of 4 with a 3-second lead. TJ Allen, he will win here at Darlington in the Throwback 163 here for the NOMA Truck Series. Matthew will come second. Witt, he will come home 3rd. Xander will come home 4th. Fritz, he will come home 5th. That was a race from TJ there. I don't think TJ even expected to win that race himself after what he had to fight through earlier. What a battle from TJ to come back and win, though. That is a never give up type of driving from him. He's going to burn it down here, it seems. It's a good race from TJ. Looks like he's just going to sit there on the track. Only does a small burnout. Doesn't do much after that. Not a bad thing from him, though. I will pull up the race results here for you all. We will bring in the top 3 drivers here. Got to remember them. TJ, Matthew, and Paul Witt. Let me snatch them and put them in a room here. Tell you what, my mouth does not want to do anything. Need to make sure to unmute them, or unmute Discord and my stream before I do that. Let me get Paul Witt up here. I'm gonna have to drag him from some room. There he is. Paul and Matthew. Let me get them all lined up. Hey, Paul, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, so you come home third. You know, how did the race go for you from the drop the green flag to the checker, though, man? Because it was a weird night here.
Yeah, it was a very weird night. I just wanted to just take it easy. You know, we started from the pits. And we just wanted to take it easy and go through it, and made it all the way up there into the top 10. And then I don't know what happened with me and Joey. I gotta go back and look at that, but I have no idea what happened there. From there, it was just hanging on and trying to get everything I could. And I just stayed out that last time just to see if a caution would come out. And I lucked out and lucked into a top 3.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes races you just have to pray that something goes your way, and it did. But, you know, how was the racing from your point of view? Because it seems like once these guys got spread out, it seemed to settle down later in the race here.
Yeah, later on in the race, yeah. I mean, once everybody started doing a little bit of give and take there, it stretched everything out. But at the beginning of it, there wasn't too much give and take, but that's how these races go. And you just got to get everything you can.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Well, I got to give a shout out to the good Lord above and my wife for letting me come down here and doing what I love to do down here, racing with these guys over here at NOMA. Jay and Joey do a really good job, and John up there in the tower, they had their hands full tonight. I wouldn't even want to go back and review this thing because they got a lot to review.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good third place finish tonight. I mean, good job staying in it and working through this race here.
Yep. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
That was Paul Witt, the third place driver. We will bring in the second place driver and Matthew Dyer. Hey, Matthew, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so you come home second, fall just a little bit short, but how did the race go for you from the drop of the green flag to the checkered, man?
I mean, it went pretty good. It was a bit sketchy during the start, just with how hot the track was. And once the lights went down, once the sun went down and the lights came on, it felt like our truck really came alive. It's just unfortunate that last caution came out because we were quick, before that caution came out. We came in and take our pit stop and kind of got cut down a lap down. So, I mean, to come out with the second place finish, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, it did seem like this track took a big swing. It started shaded, then it got sunny in 3 and 4, and then the lights came on. But it seems like once the lights came on, drivers seemed to kind of calm themselves down. But, knowing that caution caught you on a weird spot, but did you think that if you would have got another caution, you could have caught TJ? Were you pretty much just hoping that he was going to mess up somewhere? Because it seems like that caution came out and almost the whole field got trapped a lap down. But what was your thought process when you saw that caution come out, knowing that you were a lap down from that point?
I mean, I was only out there for maybe a couple laps, so I knew if I were to take the wave around with how many people, I could still get up there. But just TJ's fresher tires were just too much for me to catch up. But overall, it was a pretty good race.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
This first, thank you to you for stepping in and streaming the race. Shout out to Spawner Racing, Thin Line Racing, Jason and Joey for putting on the league, and for everyone watching, this is why we all do it. So thank you.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good second place finish tonight, though, man.
All right, thank you.
As that was Matthew Dyer, the second place driver. What did Hubka? That wasn't Hubka. Hubka's the person who pays for our SDK. But we will bring in the race winner and TJ. Hey, TJ, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, you do.
Man, so you come home, or you win the race here. You got in a wreck earlier, but you come home and win. How did the race go for you from the drop of the green flag to the checker, though, man? Because it seems like you had to fight through a ton of adversity here tonight.
Well, first thing I'm gonna just say thanks to Colin Chippings at Chips Performance and all of the guys that have been helping me. Listen, it's been a year since I've won a league race. This is really, really big, and this is only my second one, and I was literally crying coming across that start-finish line. It was tough. This is only my first time I've ever run here on the server, on iRacing, and to be as quick as these guys are, I was just happy. I was beyond happy. And finally, I just had a caution land my way, which put me and Kenneth on the front row, and he spun out, and I just didn't even say anything. I just started driving. I was praying for the caution not to come out.
Yeah, I knew really the only way they were going to catch you was a caution. I know I knew once you saw that white flag, you're like, oh, thank gosh, just had to go around one more time. But, you know, when that caution came out, so that last one, were you just going to run that truck empty on fuel? And how close were you? Because it seems like everybody else was pitting, but you were the one of the cars that were still out on the track when that caution came out.
Yeah, I was close. I had like 10 laps. I was going to run it all the way out. I knew I wasn't going to be able to be in contention to win the race. So I was just doing whatever I could to get some bonus points because I had that incident right at the end of the second stage with the 99, which kind of got me pretty hot because in my rearview mirror, I seen him driving really hard, but I had a couple of guys up in the booth watching and who said it was net code, which just really, really sucked because I was just trying to just run smooth. I just really needed a good finish today in this league with these guys. I didn't expect to get the win, and it just blows my mind. I'm going to be celebrating this all week. It's been a struggle. I'm one of those guys that always get a podium or I get wrecked, and I know I had an incident earlier with one of the guys. I kind of gave him a bump going into, I think it was one. Didn't really mean to get into him, but he got out of the gas way quicker than I did, and it was just kind of what happened.
Yeah, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yep, I want to thank my entire team at Esports Gaming Network. We do a lot of things with YouTube and showing guys how to run on official servers every week. We've got a truck series that we run on Sunday that's designed around the official servers, especially for guys to help them progress and become better drivers and get the confidence to be able to run and compete at the highest level. I want to thank William George. He was in this race, got wrecked out, came back and was helping me. David Connell was up in the booth. Chip, Colin, you guys for broadcasting this. It's been so long since I've been up here. It's just there's so many people. Everybody. I mean, I just can't thank everybody. All these NOMA guys, for running me clean. This is a hard place. This is a really hard place. And granted, we had quite a few cautions, but man, we just wanted it to go green because we were just itching to race. It was so much fun.
Yeah, this track is definitely. I came here in the Next Gens in a league last year. This track is fun, and it's definitely a track that you can't just hop out there and run. It's more of a rhythm track, but once you really find out how to run it, it gets really fun. It seems like you definitely had a rhythm later on in the race, man. But go celebrate this win. You were very happy about it, but that was a good job battling back, man. But I'll let you go, but go celebrate, man.
I appreciate it, and nice job up in the booth.
Thank you. That was TJ. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I'm stumbling over my words tonight. I guess I didn't catch up on sleep enough. I thought I did. I had about 4 hours of sleep going to work. Have insomnia, so I can't go to sleep half the time to begin with. But TJ, he was definitely happy for winning that. No, and Nancy, you did not. It's pretty. I honestly like interacting with the chat. Sometimes I don't see it, but I'm somebody who always wants to kind of talk to people during the race, just so they know that Ghost is. What I want Ghost to be really is a channel that they know that we interact with them and we notice them. We're not just broadcasters. I want to make it feel like you're talking to me in person and y'all can talk to me about anything. Like it can just be something random that I'll notice. That's just what I want this channel to be. So it doesn't annoy me at all when people will comment anything. If you feel like just commenting something down in the live chat, I will try to read it. I'm not just gonna brush it off like some streams do. And Austin is the same. I think Austin's pretty much the same way too. He will notice when people comment and talk to him also, because I always have it pulled up on something. It's mainly pulled up on my phone, but I do notice it most of the time. But I will go over the finishing order here. TJ Allen first, Matthew Dyer second, Paul Witt third, Xander Short fourth, Matthew Fritz fifth, sixth, Ronnie Roberts seventh, John Lynch eighth, Robert Duvendak ninth, Johnny Hitchcock 10th, Chris Akers 11th, Albert Hewins 12th, Vincent Guerrero 13th, Justin Parham 14th, Sam Boatwell 15th, Russ Kilgore 16th, Edward Smith 17th, Joseph Fogg. Is either Fogg or Fogue? Not sure how to say that one. Probably Fogue, because it's 2 G's in there. 18th, Scott Collins. 19th, John Bell. 20th, Brian Anderson. 21st, Robert E. Morrison. 22nd, DJ Mathish. 23rd, Jeff Carl. 24th, Kenneth Reidinger. 25th, Robert Jordan. 26th, Cody Niegels. 27th, William McKellar. 28th, Randy Bonamy. 29th, Jay Stinson. And 30th was William George. That was race control, so that person does not count in the race. There are really 29 drivers in this race. A lot of cautions, that's for sure, but these guys did get once the sun set, they were pretty good after that, but not bad overall. It was more wrecks, but again, once they sorted out, they seemed to be fine from that point on. But hopefully you all did enjoy that. Again, if y'all aren't subscribed to Go Racing Network, might as well go ahead and throw in a subscription. They are free. You can always take them back. Doesn't cost you anything. It also should alert you whenever we go live most of the time. Again, the Green Ghost, if you ever see that logo on a poster or something like that, that is Austin Green. If there is either no logo, or if there's a red logo on it, or if there's no Ghost logo on the thumbnail, it is probably me that is doing it. You can tell, again, you can just hop in there for a second, and if he's speaking, you can tell the difference between me and him. He uses a headset mic, I use a standalone mic, but I'm maybe streaming more. Who knows? I know Tuesday I have a stream for the Iron Thunder Racing Series. Monday he streams the Fast Track Sim Racing Series. I'm not sure where they're going. Iron Thunder is going on their second race of the season. I don't normally broadcast this league. They asked me to do it last second. I luckily woke up in time. But again, hopefully you all enjoyed it. Maybe they'll bring me on full time. Who knows? We'll just have to see. But I will let you all go and have a good Sunday, because it's now Sunday. But y'all have fun.